That was the perfect call out there. Once he got the blocks, he made a move. He was headed to the end zone.
Today, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns.
Autumn has arrived in the Mid-Atlantic region of the U.S., and it is a glorious afternoon at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Today we hit double digits, Week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They're halfway home, looking good, and a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they, too, were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Leading them out is their quarterback, the former 12th overall pick. Some refer to him as the natural, Deshaun Watson.
And he's exactly the man you want in control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And what he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure's about to get to him.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Watson now going to run the option right. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And again, it's Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. You look at this Baltimore defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass. And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for. The Browns send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Flushed out right. The quick feet by Jackson. Fighting his way through contact. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Here's Jackson. Throw right side here taken in by Bateman. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And his throw here's incomplete. Brandon Stevens right there to break up the throw. You look at this Baltimore defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number one in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Watson hooking up with Cooper there for the Cleveland first.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. From the 46, here's 2nd and a yard. Off of play action, it's Watson. He'll buy some time right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Credit that sack to Travis Jones. Now 3rd down and 7. Watson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. This is fielded inside the 5. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Ravens will take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And you figure this should be a healthy, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Boy, 30 more yards and another 1st down.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. Touchdown! Zay Flowers from 13 yards out. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball on a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
To throw is Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. 3rd and 2. Watson steps away. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Odafe Owe. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 15. Breaks through the contact. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Jackson. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Play action. Now Jackson. Dancing to his left. Shifts by at the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 25 yards. And the Ravens continue to pull away here this first half. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Cleveland offense making their way out. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
To throw on second is Watson. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They set up the screen to Chubb. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10. Now Watson. Slant route complete to Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now Chubb running right. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to pick this as the game signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic. And as noted, we still have a half a ball to play. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's Watson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And he'll go right back to Moore, complete again.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Watson off play action. He's going to look deep for more.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Throwing is Jackson. Being chased out left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we're at halftime here in the inner.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got...
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman
with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and it is 42-0. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They begin this drive with Chubb. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Watson now to throw. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. On first down, it's Watson. It fights him off. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Now it's Watson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right.
And this is caught. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 49 yards. And the Ravens are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. Steps away to his left. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Back to throw, Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Odafe Owe able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
This is taken at the 18. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good blocking there, and nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The former Minnesota Golden Gopher Rashad Bateman leading this offense back onto the field. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though?
Absolutely.
Who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. Off the play fake, here's Jackson rolling to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Watson.
Right back to Njoku.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson escaping the pressure right.
Throw caught by Flowers.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Play action. It's Jackson. This one complete to Simpson. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Tucker with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Watson.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun. Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Travis Jones picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick them off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
There he goes right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 53 yards. And the Ravens are on their way to a 9-0 start as they build on to their lead. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked-off folks on the other sideline now.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Watson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Odafe Owe. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. That's out to Chubb, complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. Out of the gun, Watson.
Tries the right side, and he finds Bell.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And it's taken in at the 9. Escapes the defender.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And this is Simpson with a catch.
It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards. They go play action with Jackson.
That's caught. It's Flowers.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. On 1st and 10, Watson.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
One last throw here for Watson. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one
today from FedEx.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. Option left. Hal's going to run with it. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Third and long. Here's Howell. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. The number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And he is, without any question at all, the focal point of this offense. Had an unbelievable game running the football last time out. And we're not just talking about little scampers here and there for 5 or 10 yards. We're talking about big, long, explosive, field-flipping runs. And that's something this defense is well aware of.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Jackson now off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2. Much more manageable. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2.
They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They'll go play action. Howell.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Josh Allen has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. That is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And taken right on the 30. So possession goes over here on the punt. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But
and at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
His 17th touchdown now on the season.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
They'll try and throw for it. It's complete. Fights loose. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out
by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
Here is 3rd and 5. Howell from the gun. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Hey, look at this Baltimore defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number 1 overall offense in the league.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Now Howell. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Second down, Pollard again. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw, Howell. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
That's going deep for Bateman. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens are able to add on to their first half lead. Now it's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Sam Howell in the offense, ready to go back to work. He was intercepted on that last drive, the 3rd one he's thrown in this first half alone. He'll look to right the ship here, 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Here's how to throw on second down. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
13 yards there on a Washington first.
Pollard gets it off the option. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On second down, here's the option.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Powell.
And that is incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
He'll return it from the 6.
Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson.
That's going deep for Bateman.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Simpson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. 28 yards.
And the Ravens have got it on cruise control.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Commanders preparing for their next possession.
It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around.
Jennings lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe. But I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Right now, they're just trying to get to halftime because they need a break. This game, it's been a shellacking in every way, and they just got driven backwards for a safety.
Taking it about the 16. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Jackson. He finds his man complete. It's Simpson. Still going inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime. Here's Jackson to throw. Being chased out left. And make him 4 for 4 now on 2-point conversions as he'll take this one in for the score.
Well, after that, it's not hard to see where the momentum is pointing because it's squarely on his side after a heads-up play to jog that one in for another 2 points.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
The Raven offense set to start this third quarter.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Jackson on 1st down.
That's complete left side to Bateman.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Jackson now. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
They go play action now. Jackson looking left side. Andrews with it complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. He'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll start by running the option to the right. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Pollard will take it up the gut. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now,
the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. Adafe Owe able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Washington going to send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 21 yards. Well done on the return. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass, obviously.
It's caught inside the 25. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now Jackson on 1st down. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Now you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
Flushed out right. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Ravens just continue to roll.
I thought that was a nice job there, feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded.
Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And that will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Washington going to send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
And got his man. Complete.
There he goes again.
Touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And Howe will throw it. Going right back to Dodson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Howell. A quick throw there is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
It's Howell with another throw.
Hauled in left side here by Jennings. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Howell down to throw it. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd down, Howell now.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. The Baltimore Raven offense returns, and we see wide receiver Rashad Bateman bringing him out.
So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
Oh, no.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens are going to be moving to 10-0 as they add on to this big lead.
Tucker now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one,
And their defense has really struggled. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Howell, he'll look to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question.
There he goes left side. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. 37 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Another throw for Howell. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Adafe Owe getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. 2nd down, Howell back to pass. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. Throwing here, Howell. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it.
That's caught inside the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on. But apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Howell out of the shotgun.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Here's Howell.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Picked off by Roquan Smith.
And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And this one complete to Simpson. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now Tucker to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Commanders offense set to take over. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Howell. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Howell. And my goodness, another interception.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able...
Jennings lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through, and that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. Steps away, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And this is Simpson with a catch. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
The kick is good.
Tucker with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, offer a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
Today, from AT&T.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Dak going to start out going to the air. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On play action, Prescott. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Josh Allen racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Buying time to his left. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. To throw is Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ferguson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A first down throw for Prescott. And this one quickly to Lamb. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Prescott looks to throw on first. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw. Prescott.
He dumps this off to Dillon underneath.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal.
From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And his kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead.
And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He finds his man complete. That's Simpson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Ravens have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
This now a 3rd and 4.
On the draw, it's Vaughn. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. They set up the screen to Hill. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 64 yards. And the Ravens add 6 to their lead.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Prescott now on 2nd down. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Prescott to throw it.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one they've made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Prescott from the gun. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Josh Allen. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 44-yard line. Now Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
He's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Throwing, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, Prescott stripped, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He's to the 15. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On 2nd down, Prescott again.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Prescott from the gun on 3rd.
Going right back to Ferguson. And he will have a Cowboys first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Odafe Owe from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Prescott. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Flushed out right.
This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half.
And he returns this to the 22.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've got the lead with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. Flush to his right. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he'll go right back to Andrews. Touchdown! Mark Andrews with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Ravens are pouring it on. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
First down, Prescott. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 41. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman
With touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves. But we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Here's Prescott.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Almost the full length of the field, a 90-yard punt return. And the Ravens get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Josh Allen able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Prescott. And that's complete to Cooks. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Eluding the pressure right. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. And it's caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. 3rd and goal, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you should.
Oh, Prescott stripped. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. That is caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Prescott now. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Here's Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Vaughn. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And again, it's Prescott. Forced out to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Odafe Owe getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Vaughn. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So on 4th down, Prescott off and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. This from 36 yards out. And this one is right through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And that flag accepted. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Back to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Second down, Prescott. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
That's caught. It's Flowers. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take over here up near the 40. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. And they're going to speed things up here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, looking for Andrews downfield.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, Charles, just impressive in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the 4th quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort. Really well executed. Congratulations to them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receivers. He brings out this offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
One last shot now for Prescott.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively. And 2nd down. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season, but on game day, you both want to show your best.